so kind to me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I don't have to earn it, 'cause you don't withhold. You still give your love away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was afraid, still your love covered me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all.
We come together to seek God, trusting that God is seeking us with open arms. All are welcome here. No matter our doubts or questions, where we come from, or who we love, even in the chaotic seasons of life, we are loved by God. All are welcome here. We believe that everyone is a child of God. Every age, race, gender, identity, and creed. All are beautifully and colorfully made and of sacred worth. All are welcome here. We affirm that God is a good God who lifts the oppressed, loves the vulnerable, and is open to all. So we choose to have open hearts, open minds, and open doors to God and to each other. All are welcome here.
Hello and welcome to this Gathering of Open. We're so glad to be joining with you today. You are welcome here. I'm Pastor Jonathan Perry and this is Open. Today coming from Open and from our homes to join with you in your home. It means so much to us right now to be able to connect in community with you in this way. If this is your first time here, we're so glad to be with you. Say hello in the comments. We want you to know you are welcome here. Today, we're celebrating graduates. We'll have high school graduates with us, and we want to say congratulations to all of our graduates from college, from grad school, from new vocations and licensing and more. We're so proud of you and inspired by you to continue our own journeys of learning and growing and becoming who we are. We cannot wait to see what God has in store. A God who is seeking us all with open arms. And so we come today in that spirit of learning and growing to listen and learn together from each other and from the heart of God, to join in the loving work of the God of justice and joy and peace. And so to center our hearts around that today, we've got some friends who are going to lead us in our liturgy this morning. They'll be leading us in words that are simple, but they are profound. That wherever you are, wherever you find yourself on this day, in the heart of God, in the love of this community, all are welcome here. Friends, let's lift this up together.
We come together to seek God, trusting that God is seeking us with open arms. All are welcome here.
No matter our doubts or questions, where we come from or who we love, even in the chaotic seasons of life, we are loved by God. All are welcome here.
We believe that everyone is a child of God. Every age, race, gender, identity, ability, and creed. All are beautifully and colorfully made and of sacred worth. All are welcome here.
We affirm that God is a good God who lifts the oppressed, loves the vulnerable, and is open to all.
So we choose to have open hearts, open minds, open arms, and open doors to God and to each other. All are welcome here.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to Open Worship this morning. We are so glad that you are gathered with us from your homes today. At this time, we'd like to invite you to pop on over to opendtx.com/sign-in. Even if you've done it before, this just helps us get a clearer picture of who all is here. If you are new here or haven't commented before, say hello in the comments. We would love to meet you. And now let's greet each other and let it be known that all are welcome here.
You
Hey friends, my name is Crystal, and with me today I have my friends Brandon and Clay and Dave and Kelly, and we are your worship leaders this morning. We just want you to know that whoever you are, whatever your story or identity is, God's love is here for you, and so are we. Let's continue to worship together.
Hi friends, my name is Kelly and I'm a worship leader here in our open community. Right now, we're in the midst of a season of new life. For many of us, we're beginning a new chapter, whether it's graduating and heading to college or a new job, finding our way back to working in the office, or even spending time with friends and family after a long season apart. We are being renewed. In many ways, we are together experiencing a resurrection story. And while there can be hope and joy and excitement around it, there can also be uncertainty, anxiety, and grief in the midst of big change. We're about to sing a song together written out of this community called Let Me Be Held. This song acknowledges the uncertainty, the wonder of what's next. Through it all, we don't have to have the answers. We don't have to have certainty. We can just be ourselves and let ourselves be held by a God who is good and who loves you for exactly who you are. As we sing or listen to this song, we invite you to share any prayer requests you may have in the comments so we can lift those up together as a community.
Cascades in 1,000 shapes. With all that I am, I will join in the praise. as cascades in 1,000 shades. With all that I am, I will join in the praise. Hallelujah, my song I'll raise. Oh, what can I say? Wonders too great to tell. I cannot hold you, so let me be held. How can I know you? Still you tell me I'm no. From the dust you breathed in me, a whisper of home. So what can I say? Wonders too great to tell. I cannot hold you, so let me be held. How can I know you? Still you tell me I'm no. From the dust you breathe in me, a whisper of home. You breathe in me, a whisper of home. You breathe in us, a whisper of home.
Hello, my name is Grant Turner, and I'll be graduating from Aubrey High School. Today I'd like to share a story with you of a mission trip from a few years back. It was the Christmas break of 2019, and we were in Spring, Texas, outside of Houston. We were working for a guy who we called Santa James because he was a Santa Claus for hire. He needed a ramp to get in and out of his trailer because he was currently having a hard time with this because of his bad knees and back. Along with this, he had many health problems that required him to have a nurse with him most of the day and caused him to have to make frequent trips to the hospital to receive medical attention. We worked on the ramp for 2 days and were making good progress, but when we arrived on the third day, we spoke with his nurse about the possibility of him needing to go to the hospital later that day. When we heard about this, we immediately began working as fast as we could to finish enough of the ramp so that it would be usable in case of an emergency. Later that afternoon, the nurse came out and informed us that an ambulance was on the way to take James to the hospital. As we were finishing drilling in the last deck board, the ambulance arrived. He got to use his newly finished ramp to get out of the trailer. After James was taken to the hospital, we continued to finish up some of the final pieces of the ramp and then left for a new job. Since that day, I have not heard anything from him or if he ever got to come home, but I know that we were there for a reason. This experience made me truly understand and be thankful for what I have and the life that God has given me. This also helped me learn that even when you may not have much or when life is not going your way, God still looks out for you and takes care of you. I still think about that man every once in a while and say a quick prayer and hope that he is doing well and that our work will help to continue to impact his life for years to come. I know that I am very blessed to have been given the opportunity to go on many mission trips throughout my time in this youth group. These trips have helped teach me many valuable life skills that I hope to someday get the opportunity to pay forward to the next generation. And I hope that the church continues to make mission work a priority in the future.
Resurrection changed moving past something that has happened. When I looked at Isaiah 43 through 18 through 19, I have really think about how it fits with resurrection. For me, the words that stuck out were, "Not dwell on the past, new things springs up." My story is about doing a new thing and seeing in person experience the new thing. So I have been on a few mission trips with my youth group. I have had fun with my friends and like helping people. But I have one special memory from all my trips, and it is all about the way I have saw a man changed and give some joy from what our group did for that man. On our trips, we were helping with people whose homes were destroyed by a flood. So one day when we went to a man's home, all that was left of his home was the foundation of the exterior walls. Inside there was no walls. Inside just the stud boards and the damaged ceiling. In order for more work to be done, he needed the damaged electrical wires cut and removed, and he did not have the tools to do that. The day we arrived at work, his house, we had one pair of wire cutters and our tools, so we could not really do what he needed to be done for his home. So we did what we could in the ditch near his home, cleaning up the trash and clearing the ditch. At the end of the day, we told the man that we would be back the next day with more wire cutters. He didn't seem very excited about us coming back, and I could tell that he did not really feel like we had helped him that much that day. He needed those electrical wires gone, and we did not have the tools. The next day, we asked for a lot of wire cutters for our tools, and we went back to man's house. First, I noticed his smile when we got there and showed him all the wire cutters that we had brought. We kind of made a joke about holding them up in the wire cutters when we arrived. And then we went to work. We started cutting wires all over the house. I climbed around the beams that were the attic. No ceilings to stand on. We didn't have ladders, so we just climbed up the studs. We cut everywhere and removed all the damaged electrical wires. During our lunch and our discussion time, the man sat near us and was listening to us. At the end of the day, we got ready to leave. He told us that he was very glad that we came back that day. He had other groups tell him that they would come back the day and didn't. He really didn't think that we were coming back, but we did. Thinking back on that day, I've realized how important our work for that man was from him and starting him on the path through the wilderness to a new thing. In the next few weeks, I'll be completing my application for AmeriCorps and hoping to join next fall. I want to have more days like this, one where I can help others find a path through the wilderness to a new thing. For me, the story of resurrection is a new thing which on this day took a lot of wire cutters.
I hear a lot about the annoying habits of teenagers. And we are gathered here because of what is, in my opinion, the most annoying habit of them all. They grow up, they graduate, and they move on to the next chapter of their lives. Every year, I have to say goodbye to a piece of my congregation as they go on to the next thing. We've heard some inspiring stories about how members of our congregation and our staff have experienced the power of resurrection moments over these past few weeks, finding hope when everything looked lost. There are times when you're the one receiving that resurrection moment, but there are also times when you're the one making it happen. Now, around Christmas time, I've asked people if it's better to get the perfect gift or to give the perfect gift. The overwhelming majority of us would rather give the perfect gift. We want to be the one who makes a difference. It's only natural that we feel blessed from providing a ministry to others. Now, I've heard many debates about the effectiveness of short-term mission trips, about how much help they really give the underprivileged, or how much students really learn about the people less fortunate than they are. Now, I don't know if these trips are the best way to reduce the suffering due to poverty, and I don't know if these trips are the best way to teach students about the importance of reducing that suffering, but I know this. Students carry experiences with them that last the rest of their lives and shape their lives for the better. And so do the people they help. Those are resurrection moments. One way to describe the task of ministry is that we learn how to give the perfect gift, how to learn about resurrection by giving that gift of resurrection to somebody who needs it. Sometimes you learn by receiving the gift, other times you learn by giving it. Now, we know that God is in the business of doing new things, but we're still amazed whenever it happens. We think that surely this can't happen to us. It happens to other people, people whose stories are so much better, people who are more deserving. But Isaiah tells us to forget the frustrations and disappointments of the past and be alert to what God is doing right now in front of us, making a way out of no way. Sometimes that way is a brand new wheelchair ramp at the moment you need it. Sometimes that comes as high school students who show up when you think they won't, with wire cutters. There's a mental picture for you. God is in the business of doing new things, in new ways, with new people. Alexander and Grant learned how to give the gift of resurrection. Be alert, because your chance is out there too.
Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best art, by day or by night. Waking or sleeping, thy presence my life. Be thou my wisdom, and thou my good word. I ever with thee, and thou with me, Lord. Thou my creator and creation. Thou in me dwelling, and I with thee one. God of all heaven, my victory won. May I reach heaven's joys, oh bright heaven's sun. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, creator of all. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, creator of all.
Hey church family, my name is Evie Terrell. I'll be graduating from Ryan High School, and I'd like to talk about a few upcoming opportunities to connect here at the church. This Thursday, May 20th, United Methodist Women is beginning a Bible study on interrupting the school-to-prison pipeline. This will be a 4-part study on the sacred place of children and youth in God's eyes, anti-racism, and interrupting this system of oppression. To learn more about this opportunity, please visit fumcdenton.com/combatracism. That's fumcdenton.com/combatracism. Also in the month of May, our church is supporting the local Salvation Army. They are in great need of underwear, diapers, and laundry supplies. You can find the full list of needed items and how to donate at funcdenton.com/community.
Friends, thank you for joining with us today. Thank you to our high school graduates for sharing their story today as well. Congratulations to all our graduates from college and grad school, from new vocations and licensing and more. We're so proud of you and inspired by you to continue our own journeys of learning, growing, becoming who we are. God loves you completely with a love that empowers you to be your brave, authentic self. We're so grateful for the way that you are doing that and bringing life in our world, and we can't wait to see what's next. If you're new here, we're so glad to join with you today, and we're so glad you found your way to this community. Let us know you're here and say hello at opendtx.com/sign-in. Also, we'd love to meet with you at other times. Throughout the week, there are groups like Open Book Club, game nights, chances to talk authentically about faith and life like real talk, y'all. You can check them out at opendtx.com/groups. Try one out this week. For all of us, thank you so much for supporting this place of sacred belonging with your presence and your prayers, with your generosity. Support our mission and work. Go to opendtx.com/give. And so now, friends, as you go into the world this week, I want to welcome back those high school seniors for these words of benediction for all of us to take as we go.
May the Lord bless you and keep you.
May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace.
Amen.